35 eFootball, Mobile Legends, and BGMI. Now I call upon Mr. Partha Chakraborty, Regional Channel Manager, Lenovo, to give out the prizes for eChess. Mr. Partha Chakraborty, Regional Channel Manager, Lenovo, I request you to give out the prizes for eChess. First up, we have Johanjale Sebastian. Kindly come up on stage to receive your prize. Can we cheer up for Johanjale? Second runner-up, Roberto Vero. For the first runners-up, we have Iloto Sam. Can we give up for Roberto Vero? Now I call upon first runners-up, Iloto Sam. The champion of eChess, Avituo Nagi. Now I call upon Avituo Nagi, the winner of eChess Champion. Thank you, sir, for giving out the prizes. You may kindly take your seat. South Indian Championship of Cosplay Grand Prize winner, Dota 2 International World Champion. Now, I call upon the first runners-up of Mobile Legends, Team Elusivity. Now, we call upon the champion of Mobile Legends, SSX Simp official. Can we cheer it up for our champions, as Team SSX Simp official? Thank you, Roy, for giving out the prizes. Now we can keep at your seat. For FC25, I call upon Ma'am Sherry Lalthangzo, Economic Advisor for Northeastern Region, and Tim Sinaro Ayer, Development Commissioner, Nagaland.
Sir.
25 is Mr. Sar Songja. The second runners-up for FC25 is Mr. Levicus. The first runners-up of FC25 is Mr. Bizoko. Now we have the winners for eFootball. Third runners-up, we have Mr. Jupin.
FC가 챔피언이잖아.
I'm so sorry, I missed out the champion for FC25. The champion for FC25 is Mr. Tiantushi.
Middle ball. Middle is
Now we have the winners of eFootball. I'm so sorry, Mr. Jibin, but you may kindly come up on stage again to receive your prize. Third runners-up, Mr. Jibin. Now we have our second runners-up, Mr. Yongson. Now we have the first runners-up of eFootball, Mr. Lam Go Hao Kip Jin. And we have our champion of eFootball, Mr. Daiglo. Now we have the winners of BGMI. The MVP goes to Lobster from Team Autobotz. The second runners-up goes to SEG Esports. Can we have our second runners-up, SEG Esports? The first runners-up of BGMI is TSN Esports. Now we have our champion for BGMI. I call upon Autobotz. Can we cheer up for our winners? Autobotz. Louder!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. We are left out with the last two games of Battle Autobotz India. You guys are watching Hornbill Championship season presented by Esports of Nagaland. The game is on with me has been joined by Nicholas again. Nicholas, welcome back for a short game. You were to win there. How are you first of all?
So I'm completely jam-packed, and if I see how the points table is looking like right now, I'm really pumped to see what actually lies ahead in the next two upcoming matches that I'm found to support. Autobotz, they have been selling to their fullest and the machine is really the game, and it feels like there is nobody who can take them down except for some of the teams who were just taking behind them. But the big question is that kind of 12 points lead that right now Autobotz has set. Can they maintain it for the next two matches, or if they fall apart in the next match, this can be a tight situation because TSN, they're also looking really well.
Absolutely. All these things are contention, but Autobotz and straight head to head. Because it was just to do a storyline that was the third game, the second game for the which was the first game of today. The head-on fight is going a lot. And if something like that happens in the last game, suddenly see things changing. And if that happens, that could be really, really big. But here you go, fourth match. Myanmar is right up in front of the screens. Let's see who's going to come out swinging in this game.
It is going to be an important game. Kohima, this is going to be the second last game of this entire grand finals. And once again, we can start with the golden map of Myanmar. This is a flight pass running from the north of Australia, anything down south of the Nagaland Valley to West Kohima. This is looking interesting in Myanmar. Always the last Myanmar uses something extraordinary to cherish and remember. Now it's time to see which team wins. Go forward and keep their heads up high in this competition. Autobotz, they have 82 total points on the board with 62 elements, and then TSN coming into the picture with total 70 points with 44 elements in their lead. Not much difference. 12 points is what TSN is going to need to equalize with Autobotz, but for them to beat Autobotz, you have to go for some early contention, or just pray to God that Autobotz early exit in the map of the world.
Absolutely. For that, there should be some clashes happening really soon. But I think the course of things, specifically the going to be a little bit different than yesterday. And also, from the points for how we started today as well. So the circle is going to distinguish a lot of already around this area. Not only see Mr. Banda, they are going to get challenged by Avituo. Already started. They get some shots, but this is ambitiously bad area. You know how the problem is.
Sometimes it is a little annoying, but it's okay. I mean, for initial weapons, for initial fights, you do get to see some sort of actions and all sort of TPW. But most of the TPW, they have had their own fair shares of their game, like the map of Unimark. Every time it's collided, there's going to be some big setback to the sponsors, but I mean, they're already way too down there in the overall rankings. It kind of doesn't bother me much. To any tournament, the good note is what I really thought they were supposed to do is looking forward at least in the final game, because give us enough amount of break before these matches, and now I really kind of thought that they will get the reset for sponsors, at least do something better in the last final game and grab some decent points, maybe finish in the middle ranking to the overall standings, but it is not the very simple story of what I expected.
We thought that it was just a good things because it started off pretty well. Those 8 pointers, 9 pointers were pretty comfortable gaining those elimination points because of which they have been given the that have been the most aggressive team in this lobby. But look at this, a being taken out, not good sign, someone's team, but destroying Autobotz team currently. Even makes it all of them.
Exactly right now, this is going to be interesting to see how things will turn around. The compromise on the key players for Autobotz Esports, not a great sign because they are looking forward to the championship. They are just some few steps away to lift the trophy, get the bragging rights. They can't afford to compress the situation, but really taking them out. Big dead on the side of Autobotz Esports in the very game of Unimark. But also, the making of just being away from the spot of the Nagi and Lars is just a wise choice in my opinion, because now one thing Autobotz needs to figure out, you've done enough job, you've got a 12-point lead for yourself in the overall rankings. What you need is to be consistent with your performance. If you want to become consistent, you have to play it safe, sound, and in the composed manner, not to make any mistakes in the final two games which might cost you your championship title.
These guys are just amazing. They know the fact that they can't after the course of the results. It can be Autobotz, it can be Banzai, it can be TSN, it can be anybody who's closer to that mark where Autobotz is sitting. Because the differences are not too big, and that's just showcasing all the things we provide. And that's us super happy to see who makes a lot of the in a different way to have over there, showcasing, putting more efforts and intent to ensure that they will be able to fight.
There's been a lot of exceptional plays with every team out there. Really can't say that how Sherry Esports was able to come back performance TSN. Just imagine they were around the top 5 by yesterday, and now today they're sitting in second spot competing for the championship. 12 points away from Autobotz Esports, not way too much far. As every time we talk about TSN, they have the potential. There's nothing would be called as impossible in the game of BGMI. Just imagine TSN pulling off a 20-point game in this map of Unimark. Things can go really dicey for Autobotz if they fall apart. If they fall down, it's very magical. They've already lost a lead, left with 3 more players. If they can play a little bit steady and goes way not to work themselves in early fights. But mishaps always happen. You have to be prepared for that.
If they are looking to change things up and suddenly they start doing things which are not does not come to them naturally, can just hamper the result as well. Because something which you are not comfortable with in these kind of situations can be a big So yeah, they should look for fights. They should look for those elimination points, which they are good at, right? And we said that yesterday that when we started championship season 2, that they are the favorites and they're still the favorites. They have a chance to win this, but it's not going to get until the last matches go off. But at this point of time, again, there is slow and lumpy period usually see in Myanmar that teams are just waiting for the referees to start, and we have 5 seconds on the clock before the stage 2 starting.
Wrestling cage is going to come up very soon. Stage number 2 is here. Circus still completely capitalizing on the central part of the map around the years of power graveyard. Teams are headed down south. SEG Esports attacking the damage blue zone out there. On the eastern side, we've got Autobotz completely out of the frame. Around the years of truck stop, continuing their decent basic routes, which is quite essential for the long run because circles are really far away. Also on slow regular circles, so it doesn't really bother them much. Take as much time as you want around the years of truck stop. Rising underdogs up north, the years of Eastern Border. But we take down south there. Area is completely vacant, which is +1 for them. That's a good spot, but in the meantime, the northwestern part of Boston, it doesn't look that wide because there are so many locations happening. There are already shots being fired across the streets.
Salai is just holding Hacienda right now. And they have been a team, that execute a lot of situations which was disappointing on that part because specifically knowing the fact that they have the potential, where they can be a lot better team than what shows in the scoreboard all over standing right now. So yeah, Salai is going to definitely change things up. Going on to the future, we will wait for that to be, but at this point of time, they are looking to rotate and rotating towards a better spot. They're inside the circle while there.
Much, but next thing that comes to my mind is going to be SEG. We're really going to see how they're performing to the setting 65 points on something where they were expecting a tremendous start. Just imagine, out of 65 points, 27 points is what they had backed up in the very first game. Right now, second half is 65 points on board. Up on the hill, they have a good angle for each other. No doubts about it. But SEG, they have come down in many matches, which has costed 10 million points, which were really championship. The one thing I really thought that SEG will be one of the most prime contenders to win this tournament alongside Autobotz Esports. And the distinction that the Braves, nothing's taken away, but it seems a little tough.
BGMI on the other end. They did manage to put up some points today. We were pretty happy with the contention for some time. And still what we believe they still are, because it will be so looking to watch out for in these last 2 matches. But they can shift gears when they want to. And specifically once it's not like they look for SEG, right? And they can fight right now. At the moment, I think 3 fight is very cheap going up against SEG and 4 because when SEG fight
Interesting, really interesting how WWE show their faces back at this next week. They're giving some really bad hard time inside the WWE. But the team also want to make sure that they get some finishes out of the and listen to my experience. There's trying to do something different. Maybe one and only player survives to the one side, trying to get the smoke covers up for himself. Not going to be that easy. Kind of providing the cover and then it's time. Let's just find out because the position is really dicey for different
again, last time surviving again, at this moment, the fight to go and do doesn't have any smoke with sound in there was the mastermind who needed a first to escape from the
but seems like during the TSN they have been sometimes like this. TFK and TSN they were having to bomb each other, and now like TSN they might have lost a couple of players up there. Not quite sure about how many players that they've lost. Maybe they've recovered. Exactly, it's knockouts coming in the house that I used to work with the fight with TFK. But TFK got 2 finishes. Doesn't mean without TSN might have lost 2 of the players. Not a big sign for them, but someone's real games rising under the dogs. This is the mini first fight around 3 guys.
Yeah, absolutely. What they were switching in on the call, reminder of that. So they are in partners, they have to do with them. So that's not concerned. They have to do also. Rising up on the other end, right today. Games you saw in the first half of the day. So this Queen's position is going to be interesting. Plus, the position for the corner is going to be a little bit concerning, but yes, still those short fights and of course get a vision of these players and the water let's see how does the rising underdogs survive this onslaught from somebody which is just going to begin with.
Because I mean, those ways was forced against each other. Why did you choose that spot? And just as we speak, Alpha Boys connection on Astro. Thanks for the consequences. Steve Lesserbavi has one out the other way. Alex has been knocked out. TFK is second first. One knockout will buy some time for TSN, but not quite sure about how long. Alex will step up as quickly as possible. TSN, if they want to stay alive in this competition, they better be looking forward to capitalize this fight as quickly.
Not coming in, but that came in from a different team who is causing more problems. As I said, one of these teams start to fight, the other players are going to have fun. This one is happening right now. This has certainly become
Solo survivor players of Bandai Esports are in the 20th circuit with the capitalization on it.
there's a compound still there inside the circle where it moves a lot of all members of surviving in this area, and I think the most never west as you think he gets the trick on and someone is doing us now it's good that players in the age and versions only have two elements that they are also contention. I'm sure they won't be a second or third position. They are also that first spot. First spot. Where is Autobotz? Is the question because if Autobotz holds the key, Autobotz cannot decide the circle and 4-8 not get cause a big problem. And remember, usually when the fight starts, the sport is called which might have a situation for last circle.
It might be correct to finishing off the Autobotz Esports. They have the means. The intense side out of that mechanics that can take it down to TSN. I don't think that's the right and wrong with the muscle boy. That's the right that most of them think for them. It's backed up by GPW. Breaking everybody, taking down now and things like SEG, he says just words are outstanding.
Away from that, you said you might again have to go to the celebration. On average, to be honest, with Lobster, needed right now. Lost numbers, which is a big problem. If Morascar is safe, otherwise, I think that I will be
once again, they need more and more points to create the buffer. As TSN has so many points next night, New Harvard does give an opportunity for Autobotz to use the buffer points on themselves.
आज तो जल्दी जाओले ट्राई ना करो रे
जल्दी जाओ
डांस करो
सो वाईफाई पासवर्ड दिना
डांस करो वाह
वाईफाई पासवर्ड दिन
oh it don't are working that they are using for the game
अलग खाली इतना भी ना
I don't think so oh yeah
Yeah, exactly. He should have gone in. He should have kept it on. But if he can do that, now it's a 1-2. Then provide like XP games. The gang is still fighting because there's another team that will survive. Even though he was in SEG, they are looking at the team coming. We have to be ready for that. We have 2 ways. Is Autobotz knows where the coming is. He's stuck in this corner. So he's not the problem. Circle is here. So is for Autobotz. Only the problem is in SEG. To all those 2 players he needs to make a move now. With only 1 second is left. How will the start to be coming needs to go out. He goes right and loud. Shot. Concerning if he
very able to outfit. This is going to be a moment where he has to go all in and take on the rest of the world of energy. Scoopers just there around him. So this actually commence for him to come out right moment. We Everybody's doing the time, everybody's waiting for the right to strike. Is everybody aware how important this is in the market?
It's going to be chaos. We have already jumped in. We have already done it.
Surprise element for him. Zenji where Jokeres butterflying base. It's just join. How long it can't take I'm just going to sit down. Zenji. Good fans inside the compound. And he's going to next with right hand side. Get set, pick it up here. Mikami has to come out. GS Nora, Numi, everybody has to come on. With Jokeres. Could have changed the course of the game. Just a couple of times waiting was definitely pushing up forward as much as possible. But now with this game, it doesn't matter what they are still have the upper hand, 10 points back down. These performance finishes more than enough for them to really reach the bubble points still like 3 points like that. Because TSN gets a good one for the board.
Screen 3 sa'yo na po yung hindi na crazy. I'm not sure what is Next, would you like to drink water? Please.
Sure, he created, right, along with the 9 had the highest number of impact, and the impact he had in this game, it was pretty he played really well. He stands right now, right? He wants to see this level. They have make sure he gets some extra points. Of course, it doesn't matter for 4 shots, right? If you want to 4 shots, have exhausted the chances of attention for that championship slot. But we really have to make sure that the 2.2 version of 4 shots is what I think.
BGMI just right over there.
끼만 전화 이거. Lenovo lah ya benar. Spike you come here. Yeah, you go with them. Yeah, go with him. And welcome them.
Nasıl? 완전 맵다. 이제 오죠. 제가 150 MB 온.
gentlemen, welcome back to the grand finals. This is going to be yours, and alongside me, it's going to be yours. I mean, we have had a few challenges so far. I mean, yesterday we fight 2 matches, today we're working on 4 matches. We left one more, the 5-10 of the grand final. And that will be a different match, unlike that all the one time to play one final round to decide who is going to be champion of this one.
Absolutely, it was going to be the hell of a match where we'll know for sure if they will be crowned champion for these championships. But with Autobotz the last game, we know that being in Kohima point chances a lot of other teams. With that being said, that is a surprise because as I mentioned, it is going to happen. Rondo, where things are going to unfold, that is going to be the final time where we're going to say the Hornbill Esports Championship season 22. We are live and Reed is the pilot who is riding this flight at this moment.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just be prepared, Kohima. This is going to be the final match of Hornbill Esports Championship season number 2. And this is from the northern side of Ryan, we entered in the southwest part of Lanco, and now this is going to be western side of the region flight by what we see. It's a very small map, but let me remind you one thing. In Toronto, you have an option unlike any other map in the game of BGMI that you have the recall option, even if you take those are the intentions, turn things around. For TSN, they might have not got a lot more points in the last match itself, but this map can be keep changing. If they can back up almost more than 10 plus finishes, they can get a chicken in it. You never know that even TSN might just be thrown out of balls out of the equation and lift away the entire championship title.
Yes, but I want to say that SEG is also in contention. So is partner Esports. They have got some good amount of points because that is something to watch out for the circle between the angles towards the eastern side of this map of Rondo. Look at all the boards, they have some it looks like they want to have a challenge with someone's dream, and it's going to be interesting to watch it for because let's see how Autobotz deals with this. Autobotz gets eliminated. Then and only then I think things can go down south. That is the only way I think the other teams will open the floodgates.
Just look at this TSN before we start talking about the Army. Eventually, he was a man to go down early. You know, it's our esports agent just right in front of him. And he took all of the personal. Once again, this one is done and dusted. They want to start Autobotz. They need to do something to read. He was signed once again. This is not the day. This is not the match where Reed says anything. There's going to be something that the others will be story after Autobotz. Have to be cautious. He's got a short pull in his last match. He was the MVP, and this time again, he ends the one goal trigger. Very close. Finished off with Lobster. It's far away, will be the one leader or one, and another player to get the recall done if in case all of these 3 players gets taken down. But Autobotz, start seems really good for them.
The problem is they didn't have any backup, right? They didn't have to manage to get to knockouts. Not backup, actually, that is the concern right now, like, but there's other teams fighting it out. You see our rising underdogs who are facing heat right now from SEG Esports who are fighting somewhere in this map of Rondo. And to be expected is that Rondo is a map where it showcases aggressiveness and it's so uncertain, right? So there was a time when we saw Sandbox used to do this to us. Now it's the map of Rondo and it has full of surprises for sure for us.
Literally getting damage. Alright. Taking down to esports with the consequences, early fight, or early finish impacted by TSN. Now, this is going to be a match where TSN have realized this is going to be Rondo and this is where we can literally turn things on more meeting. You never know about it. Proper connection. It's got the idea of where the players are standing. try to provide as much as possible damage to the side, but also they have to be aware of another team coming from the back doors. So someone's really, they will be waiting for TSN.
Team managed to eliminate the other players, but there is another team in the vicinity from the third party that feel like underdogs because of the knockout player was by Google Line.
This area is always going to be impressive. Every time you see teams taking the drop around this place, you get to lose, but you also face the consequences of it. Once the third party, thanks to the Sam. Good morning, Sports favorite first to get us related to that from Miramar. This time also they're facing consequences. Netherlands have secured 4 beautiful finishes for themselves. Sam has got a big job to accomplish. That's going to be entitled or explosive right in front of his eyes. Looks like he does have a backup. It's going to be the numbers coming into the frame. Not quite sure about how long are they sustaining this fight or kind of bridge this fight. Moses aware of the positions of the Sam without in that direction, but over the damage has been done. Knockout has arrived. The Moses being confined in one particular location is below, but he's playing the big straight out there.
Last man there, but knocks him out. Columbus once again can be seen. He taps to get knocked. Player down there. He will be able to revive the top out. But this is very good. Couple of fighting it out against FK. We have a fight outside the circle, and the circle will give a huge amount of damage unless you start moving towards the edges of it. But let's see when do they move in, because all these teams in front want to give out an opportunity to get some elimination points. That is the both teams are looking to stall each other.
Teams you've seen guys now, certain teams, it's like a big cluster that happened around southwestern part of the circle, while the ball is still intact in the smack center of the circle around here in test track. They don't even care about how many finishes they're going to walk away with them, but enough. Just 2 finishes that they've racked up. But what they're focused on, I believe, is going to be the placement points. One way or the other, it's having the best position for all bodies. Look back at the chicken dinner, you know you're closer to the championship. What you need is probably 5 to 6 more points to add in your ranking and secure your victory. Yes. I don't know, SEG, TSN, a lot of teams staying behind. They walk away with the chicken dinner in this game. It might just be closer to you with Autobotz gets now.
Yeah, the gas can on the stairs and getting shots on it. Just waiting if somebody wants to peek in towards him through the stairs. The FK players are falling, might be falling in that trap. Wait a minute, who with the IG actually trying to underdogs have by kick almost been able to take out SEG Esports. Almost eliminated by what I see. Yeah, exactly. They have been eliminated. Rising underdog finally this time. It was so overwhelming to see them not perform. Right? With them when we saw the potentially showcase the first 2 games yesterday. Good to see them getting them right back at least in the last map of Rondo.
Exactly, they are looking forward to do something better. Finishes with the Basa. Oh man, it was quite close when they were expecting somebody to pop off like that. Masa won't be getting any help at this moment, it seems. Right, Masa boy will be a good revival thanks to the teammates who came in right moment to save his day. Now TBW with 3 finishes in total with their bag will be looking forward to rotating deeper inside the circle. 1,000 meters or 1,400 meters is what they need to travel right now. It's a long journey for them, but look at the circle Autobotz sitting in the smack center next track. Circle 8 is medal rings already there for his lot alongside the SEG Esports next trying to find out for the northwestern side completely waiting if you ask me. You've been sold in green spaces at 73 times XG. 2 players knocked out. I don't think there's any chance of the revival right now for Morris and Razor. Trying to get away from the spot as quickly as possible. I don't have a follow-up.
I mean, the great in stage 4, in stage 3, we have more opportunity. Once this circuit is done, I think the chance to be on my course. But, rising Autobotz, as expected, they have eliminated another team. Okay, making this looks like they have a different plan in their team. Hornbill Esports, since one man survived, it was possible for them to revive all the other members. That kind of remaining teams are still in that. No team has been eliminated, and neither has. If there has been any eliminations as well, it has been in single numbers. But they're also getting revived back slowly inside the world.
Right now, you can see some of the fights already started. Popping off left, right, center. I don't know, man, but somehow WHO is always deeply getting sandwiched in the end. I'm not whether we this fight because you cannot, they have to become the best place possible. But a couple of knocks out there. But now, the time comes when we need to go for all the approach to the corner. It's going to be in Faisal is having that.
Still 15 teams and 52 players are alive, so it's going to be chaotic. You see those kind of situations, as you said, the WHO sandwich, there's a lot of sandwiches coming in, and a lot of third parties, fourth parties being done, and teams are going to be fighting left and center. Question is when it's going to start. It's already started slowly. You see those finishing moving. And Autobotz would be a little bit concerned about their spot. Also, we have 2 finishes as I mentioned, and TSN, but at this very moment, this is not the team who fights for the title. This is the first elimination we see. We have CEO.
Oh my God, he was the one to last night, I think, for quite a lot. You have to get it on right now. In a really nice spot, you don't take those fly shots down range play, and that is a big mistake that you have done quite a lot. And for my future surviving, a little bit forward, it's not just it's a great, also like sports makes it a really bad situation for 4x love to survive for long run, but tonight sports typically consequences. How about not people got 6 finishes back 4x love, pretty happy with the results of what they have done. Right now, it's moved on to the Indian side, they have really won a better score. They're really watching changes now. Second is forward with the reserves. They don't know as you left anymore. 4x love, they have to survive with the golden players that are still surviving and have to look forward for succeed for animals from where they can take some more finishes. Trying to capture some more damage to produce or not. Why scores in my opinion working? He doesn't want to take any risks.
He has the time to recall his team when he will lose an opportunity. I think this is the last time we will see that starting off the 5th stage, closing of the 4th stage has begun. Look at this compound cycle, Autobotz. And also don't have that SEG fight back, have somehow fight towards the end of this compound. He is back now, which he survived for his team. Comes in from them. Back, Autobotz, we have 4 eliminations. Last man being taken out, and we have 4 eliminations in their team.
he will be creating the outwalking crew of SEG right now, my friend. He has to be, there is no other option. That's a compromise that he has to be. Two teammates, down and out, nothing that can be done. Right, my friend. That seems to very kickoff start in the very worst possible moment in my opinion. For Exrod, every reading down L-fire left, right, and center. This is the kind of game you really want to see from the very beginning of the grand finals, which is not the very case right now for Exrod. Again, making sure that they end this tournament with a fantastic note. And with all the games that they're showcasing on the two colors that they're showcasing right now, I am really, really happy to see this one on this team.
It's almost on the verge of being scored. That happens. He gets taken out. He becomes a spot of ball. He's getting slam that. And also, now, stop. And he's being slammed down. He's on the ball to give it. Get that spot.
This is a big game. They've done what they wanted to do. They're a couple of steps away of lifting the trophy without it because there's nobody else in contention. TSN at 1-8 finishes. Now, made themselves that the difference was quite high. TSN needs to check into this. Nothing that can be an alternative option for them. There's most of the mix. It'll also be life tough for other teams around this side of the circle. Talk about rising underdogs, they're still in contention. So like Esports, one player still surviving. Ruta, solo, Rocky, solo, Kenzo, Rally, solo there as well. So many solo players surviving. Representing the little teammates out there. For example, they're also about one more player standing inside the game as well. Now that we're taking their position, 16 sporting players have been in contention. And inside the set, we've seen Lindsay Kenzo, who was surviving for a big moment. Someone's dream just crushes the dream. But then one last player keeping their hopes alive and their points growing up one after another as their group of nightmares is what they have for themselves. Before it goes to the next hand, waiting how Kohima survive all the
Absolutely, someone really cool to face, we will make sure they have equal sort of their last time. He becomes the man to get the finish on the osmosis and then up to tempers. We will take it inside the circle bus. With venom, there are numbers in there, everywhere as well, right in the God. That's such a position where you get some kind of advantage. Someone's dream position is what you want because that's the position you want to be in. Because that's the spot where you have the circle right now. Then you want to push right now because it's going to be difficult for someone's dream to be right now.
Yeah, that's I think that's going to be better than we now forward. This was a game that we wanted to showcase as but Venom has been taking down little counter trades coming from side of India, keeping hopes alive. Someone's dream to be consequences. Constantly, barrages are being landed on their side. Hitman makes the temptation possible. Ghostface, he was the clutch master in the previous match. Make sure that his team is still alive, intact in his position. And Monaco should do the damage, and that is going to be the end of someone's dream. Entire map of Mondo. But look who is ready to be explosive. Once again, the information, Bryce Undock, Justin Footails, the Simon team, who's going to walk away with taking the rest of the question, which on the front and person who wants to get all these advantages, demographic advantage, still lies both sides of all the solutions. Vibration impact for rising underdog, taking down perfect to keep on through that. Makes a beautiful connection, but gets it down to retaliation from Nasty Boy. Two players down on one.
they did face it. It also knocked out here and there, but they did manage to pull up their socks and they were right back in the driver's seat. As you mentioned, the difference between TSN and also with the Autobotz, the numbers were a little higher, also from SEG. All the teams needed to do was to get this game towards the middle, but hard for them that it didn't happen so.
We had one more different Euro rankings, but Hitman still finishes with that 60 damage. Danas was on his toes and it was a bonkers one.
Absolutely, he played really well. Rising Underdog, just showcases the talent that I think about. That's why we were disappointed when they weren't able to showcase what they have got in there. But again, we started off with they were the 16 teams who made towards the land finals in Kohima in Indira Gandhi Stadium, and this is the Hornbill Esports Championship. Of course, we will move ahead towards the winner team sitting in the stats. So where I think a lot more and showcase about how many points in total numbers it's 8 and 7 finishes. Nasty boy, goodness me, this man was on a roll on it.
Nasty boy was nasty enough to get the all 7 finishes for himself, but again, this was the final draw and they were full of resources that didn't have a really great outing in my opinion. The exact funds, but also they have done some incredible amount of job in securing further competitive places themselves in this entire competition. But again, this tournament was somewhere for in where we got to see some incredible performance, some incredible athletes coming from so many players. They have done an exceptional job in entertaining us throughout this entire tournament. And probably Hornbill Festival Season 2 is just something that every other esports aspect would love to be a part of, and probably in the upcoming seasons where we will see more and more teams being part of this entire tournament.
Absolutely, because I think that is for sure. And the platforms.
We thank God for His grace and guidance throughout the entire journey, from planning to execution and through every exhilarating moment of competition. This evening, we are deeply honored to have with us our distinguished guest, Madam Sherry Lalthangzo, Economic Advisor, Northeastern Council under the Ministry of Government of India. Madam, your presence signifies a powerful recognition of the potential of esports in the Northeast. Your support and leadership encourage us to continue building platforms that uplift our youth and open doors to new frontiers of opportunity. This championship has been a celebration of talent and discipline. From MOBA, BGMI, eFootball, eChess and FC25, every player displayed remarkable focus, sportsmanship and competitive spirit. Whether you walk out as champions or as learners tonight, each one of you has played an important role in strengthening the esports culture of Nagaland. Our sincere appreciation goes to the Department of Youth Resources and Sports, Government of Nagaland, whose vision and support continue to drive the growth of esports in our state. Their commitment to youth-centric initiatives like this championship gives our players a stage to shine. To our sponsors and partners, Nagaland Doors, Imprint, Lenovo, and our homegrown brand Nagaland, thank you for believing in this movement and standing behind the dreams of our young gamers. We also acknowledge our special guests from the wider esports fraternity, managers, professional players, influencers, the MOBA and BGMI casters, analysts, and creators. Your presence brings immense value, elevates the standard of the event, and inspires our local talent to dream bigger. Behind this grand stage stand many quiet heroes. The referees, broadcast teams, production staff, technical crew, coordinators, and volunteers. Your dedication has ensured that Season 2 ran smoothly, and we owe much of its success to your hard work. To our champions, a big congratulations. May you carry this victory with humility and use it as fuel to reach even greater heights. And to those who did not win, remember, esports is a journey. Every match, every defeat, every comeback builds the champion within you. As we close this season, let us look forward with renewed purpose. Hornbill Esports Championship is not just an event, it is the beginning of a movement. Together with the players, the community, the government and partners, we are shaping an ecosystem where Nagaland can emerge as a powerhouse of esports talent. Thank you once again, Madam Sherry Lalthangzo, for gracing us with your presence and for inspiring our youth. May God bless each and every one of you. We look forward to welcoming you all again for an even more exciting season. Thank you.
Thank you, Teja, for your wonderful speech. Well, tonight we are also blessed that we have amongst us, the presence of Madam Tansanaro, who is the Development Commissioner of our state, and also the Commissioner and Secretary of Youth Resources and Sports, Sri Anthony Guli, who is an athlete, but certainly not an esports athlete. Thank you so much for coming. We have with us today our sponsors, the Lenovo team. We are thankful to you for being with us, even in the last season. And in the seasons to come, we'll be looking forward to bigger and greater collaboration and partnership. Thank you so much for coming. We have our media friends who has been always with us. Thank you so much for coming. Before we go on to the next phase of the program, that is the prize distribution, our judges are still tallying the points, so we'll wait a while. During that time, we will have a very important address to be given by our Madam Sherry. Please take a few minutes of your time and share your thoughts with us, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. I'm happy to be here. This was not expected. In fact, I came for other things. Of course, it's government-related things. But thanks to the Youth and Sports Department for inviting me here. With me, Madam Iyer is there, Muli is also there, and my friends, my colleagues, and the youngsters. I saw the enthusiasm with which even the people sitting there were clapping and shouting when somebody dies or somebody got injured. Basically, not because the other person died, but because the other person is the winner, right? So in games we have winners and losers. A game is always a building block of life. One of the building blocks of life. So just wanting to share this small experience with games that we all had played. In our days, and even now we used to say that, what's going to bring, what livelihood, what income will games bring? So my younger brother was very good in football. So every time was football. So one fine day my father said, you either play football or you go out of this house. So if you continue to play football, I'll kick you out of the house because this is not going to bring you any livelihood. So, but over the years, now, in fact, as parents, we're encouraging our kids, our sons and daughters to take up sports. Not only for health and wellness, but also for income generating activities. So, coming to today's function, when we came, it was an eye-opener for all of us.
we have been fighting, we as parents, we've been telling our kids not to play because you'll become addicted to it, number one. It'll distract you from your studies. This is not going to bring you anything. This is what we've been talking about, right? But in the process, as we move on, we are even promoting, me standing here, who is against this kind of game, is also promoting training on AVGC, audio visual gaming comics. So we're going to conduct training on that for our youths of northeastern states. So there is potential in everything. Right. Now how did we get to have heroines and number 4s and all this high, heavy drugs? When we use these in battlefields, when my comrade is dying and injured and so painful, I have to give some, medicine. So we develop these kind of medicine and we give, right? But it's us human beings who are misusing it sometimes. Likewise, any sports or any other thing, even eating for that matter, Eating, if we do not control, can be harmful for us, isn't it? Overeating can be uncontrolled, overeating can be harmful for us. Just like that, any activities, when it is not controlled, can be harmful for us. So, the youths, you, everyone, if you are committed to something, see the pros and cons and do it in such a way that it doesn't harm your health, but it promotes you as a person, it completes you as a person. And life is a tough game. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you have to make so many choices, and those choices are not pleasant every time. You have seen dropouts. See, we call dropouts. But there are so many people who do not complete their studies but have become very famous, who are motivational speakers, who are fitness gurus, who are dietitians that we all follow, right? Social media is something that everything has been brought to this tablet. So you and I, when God has given us the ability to think and to decide and to learn, whatever we do, like today's game, many of you, your parents might have discouraged you, but still you keep on doing it. And today you came for final. And I've seen, people from outside coming, people from outside of the Northeast coming. And some of you are even sponsored by the government. So when you try to do something good, which is acceptable to people, which is good for you, then the whole universe gang up to make you a success. How wonderful that is. So if you believe in yourself, if you think that you're doing good, if you feel you can achieve something, and you see that today, in fact today we were talking about one person, he's opened a clinic, he's a doctor, he's opening a clinic. So when they start opening the clinic, they didn't have anything. It was just a dream. Then, they started writing down what they will have. Like hospitals, when you are opening a private hospital, there's so many things that has to be put in place. So when you write down, so the friend was saying, I was very ashamed because he was writing down all these things. I thought we can never achieve those things. But we have, over the years, have achieved it, we have grown. So like that, if you have the dream and if you're very clear in your dream, even writing, even being a poet, novelist, cyclist, marathon runners, I mean, you're talking about sports, then arts, difficult. But then there is always a path where you can succeed. Even, I mean, I'm speaking with youths now. So, like I said about the drugs, also about so many other things. You just have to understand where to go, how to go, where to stop. Right? If it is good for you, good for your health, good for your system, good for your family, then it is good. And good for your friends and human beings, then it is good. Many Nobel Prize winners were mocked by their colleagues for doing what they were doing. But they believed, they pursued. So you and I have the ability to do that, to see and to assess. And if we pursue, we are going to be victorious, one way or the other. So you pursue your dream, no doubt, but in such a way that it does not disrupt your health, your faculty, or your family. That is the most important thing. Because we have to grow from within us. See, water, if it is stagnant, it becomes dirty, it becomes unusable. But a flowing water with the stream water which is flowing, which springs out, which comes out, that is the life for all of us. So like that, when you have something in your mind to do something, you have to flow. In order for it to flow, whatever that you have taken up for you to do has to have this multiple rippling effect, positive rippling effect. You do that. So today I'm glad, I'm so happy, I'm thankful to the sports department for inviting me here. I just came and when I saw this, I was kind of also laughing. Why? Because, oh my God, of all the games I'm here for the E game, but then there are potentials all over the world, people are playing, but don't lose track. You can do multiple things. You can be good in many sports. You can still be good in whatever, maybe you're an entrepreneur, businessman, school teacher, college teacher, worker, corporate worker, banker, you can be any. You can have multiple hobbies, multiple source of income. Do that. I know of one girl, one lady. She's in Bangalore. She's from Mizoram. One very good singer, 2 fitness trainer, wellness and motivational speaker. Think about that. And she's earning from all of this. Like that. You can have these multiple things tapped and do it from there, pursue your dreams. I wish you all the best and thank you.
That you have given us. I'm sure all our youngsters here who are today with us will take that in a positive stride and imbibe it in their lives. Well guys, we are all waiting for the prizes to be announced. I'm sure you are already aware of some of the winners, but certainly BGMI is something which is yet to be announced, so you may not be aware. To do the honors, I will now give time to our MC for today, Miss Lima Kumla, and she'll take up from there. Okay, So you'll be standing there or coming up here, it's up to you. Please take over, and here on, I hand over the mic to you. Thereafter, it's all entertainment and mazawa. Enjoy the night, guys. Thank you.